The following podcast is brought to you by Iconic Nation Media. Welcome to In Studio with Kimberly Lovi, where mindset meets motherhood, media meets mogul energy, and every episode feels like a front row seat to the life you're meant to lead. The podcast where ambition meets authenticity, and we make success look oh so good, all while having lots of laughs. I'm Kimberly Lovi, wife, mom of three, founder of Iconic Nation Media, and the CEO who's been there, built that, all while chasing toddlers and even making an occasional appearance on the tennis courts. This show is your front row seat to the real talk behind building a brand, raising a family, and becoming the most iconic version of you. We cover business, mindset, motherhood, media, and all the messy moments in between. Every week, I'm joined by visionaries, creators, and changemakers who aren't afraid to share the unfiltered magic behind their come up. This isn't just a podcast. This is your all-access pass to finally play big. Let's play boldly, beautifully, and unapologetically together. So grab your matcha, fix that crown, and get ready to step into the studio. In Studio with Kimberly Lovi, because your next level has been waiting. And it's fabulous. Dr. Etel, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, welcome back to In Studio. I am joined by relationship expert Dr. Etel, and I'm going to ask all your questions, especially for you single ladies, but also for you married girls. And we're going to help you find your best soulmate and have great sex. Are we going to talk about sex?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
There is no relationship without sex, right?
And we're going to just dive deep into this woman's genius, because everybody needs good sex, but good relationships in general, all around. So thank you. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited. I was waiting for it since the moment we talked. I said, okay, this is going to be amazing.
Yes. And you are just stunning. And I just wanted to invite you to just brag a little bit about yourself, because I know that it doesn't come natural, especially to all of us women, but you are in fact a doctor. Can you explain just a little bit about your background so everyone knows that you are an expert?
Yes. So, I like to brag, but only about my partner. Okay. So take it as a rule. If you brag about your partner, your relationship will be amazing. So back about me a little bit. I'm a holy chick. I was born in Jerusalem to a family of 6. I'm the oldest of 6. So you can imagine the household. And languages was always something that I was curious about. So I studied Arabic. I was in the Israeli intelligence, a commander in the Israeli intelligence. Don't, take this dimple. Then my master's is in education and leadership. As you can tell, I'm a little leader. And then the world of psychology was really of my interest. And as I did my PhD teaching at the university, I teach bachelor and PhD students. And on the way, I wrote 4 books. The 5th one is coming in October. I just research and I study the language of love.
Wow. So what languages do you speak?
So I speak Hebrew. It's my native language, and Arabic, English, as we can talk. And I actually write all of my materials in English. A little bit of Spanish. I call it the Spanglish, although I took a year, so I can, I learned a little bit more than Spanglish, and sign language.
Wow.
I used to do baby sign language. Some people know me as this baby sign language person. So here you go, 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a human body and love language. That's my real goal.
Yes. So you took your love of language and realized you really want to unpack the language of love, which is why you're here.
Yeah.
But thank you for just sharing your brilliance with us today. We got on the phone, just to let everybody in on it. We got on the phone and I felt like I could talk to you for 7 hours. And what I want to start off with is I want to first start with the single woman. Do you mind? Is that a good place to start?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I've got kind of a cohort of, I'm married, happily married, so grateful for my wonderful husband. Don't want to miss that chance. He is truly, he's really an amazing guy. And we just celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary. So I want my girlfriends to find a wonderful man, just like I was so lucky and fortunate to be able to do. And there's a group of women out there. And what I have found over and over is that my incredible girlfriends, a lot of times they don't know their worth or they don't know how to set boundaries. And so they keep going after the wrong guys and they're not meeting their equal. And I see them for the brilliant, capable, fun-loving, joyful, incredible, powerful women they are. What do you say to that woman?
Right. So first, you already said it. You're worth it. You worth it. Many times when I speak to women, they're like, all men are fill in the blank. When you speak to a man, the same thing. All women are filling the blank. So let's start with biology, right? I always say that. We are not pandas, right? Do you know that pandas are solist animals? No, the panda female goes, on the bamboo, panda male goes on the bamboo. When it comes time to mate, go down, they have a baby. She raised the baby after the baby's born, about 8 months to 1 year, baby is gone. They don't have any relationships.
Wow.
And unfortunately, slowly, you said, wow, but slowly, our society is moving on to this panda world when you see people that come together only to have children and done, right? And by the way, I'm not talking only about men and women. I call it the female energy and the masculine energy, so it could be the same-sex marriage, okay? But we are not pandas. We need to be with someone. That's what makes us alive. I mean, look at every culture, every history. We need a person. We need that person that would say, go, or embrace you, or be there with you, or shine your issues. Shine. What do you need to work on? And until you don't work on those things, you're going to bring the same person who will tell you, are you done? No. Okay, I need to work on myself. So he will shine that and again until you're very comfortable. And I don't know, you can tell us your story if you're okay with it. But about when you met your husband, you had a few things that you felt comfortable to work on. It wasn't like, okay, we are perfect together day one.
No, the defining point between my husband and I is our communication. And that's the difference between all of my other relationships and this one. It's no different in terms of, it really just comes down to us being able to directly and lovingly communicate through our issues so that there isn't resentment, which is very hard to do if you're not feeling respected and safe.
Or you're not even, nobody taught us.
That's
nobody
right.
taught us how to say, that doesn't make me feel comfortable. People think that it's too vanilla, it's too sweet, it's only on the books, but it's for real. When you learn to say, when you do that, it makes me feel really uncomfortable. You can do whatever you want, but that doesn't make me feel uncomfortable.
Right. And there's a way to say it without it being a fight. You have to learn to communicate your needs without it being aggressive or defensive, both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a skill, and you have to find that rhythm with that person too. And sometimes you have to teach them or they teach you.
Right. Without the shame, blame, complain. We go easily to shame, blame, complain. Open social media. What do you see on social media? Most of social media is what? Even between couples or if you're single. So your brain starts to look for that. What is it? Shame, blame, complaint that comes as all these words that social media loves to throw. Can you give me one of them? You can guess one of these labels we throw on people.
There's a lot of blaming.
Narcissist.
Well, there's tons.
Yeah. Gaslighting.
Right.
I'll give you, ghosting.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And then you just open it and there are whole accounts, all people that are not even, and I have a lot of respect to other coaches and other therapists, but it's just, okay, let's create an account about narcissist. So what happened to this single lady who goes and looks narcissist and another narcissist and another narcissist? It's like, oh, my uncle was a narcissist. Oh, my dad. Oh, also my mom. And what did she attract?
Narcissist. Why is that? How come we're attracting what we're familiar with?
Yeah, the brain is so brilliant. We are really brilliant, like machines. Okay, it's not, and I'll talk a little bit about AI if you want, AI in relationship. That's my last book. But our brain is really smart. Whatever you focus on, that's what your brain will attract. Really simple, right? If you and that's what everybody says, mindset and spiritual, whatever your brain is focused on, that's what it's going to attract. So if all day long you look at the narcissist, you sit at home and you say, all men are using, all men are this, what's going to happen?
You're going to find that same prototype of guy.
Although that you really don't want that.
Right.
Right? But the brain does what the brain needs to do. Right? And that's the abundance, and that's like coming from yes. And I know it's not easy, because if you're going to say all day, my God, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. It's not only that it is going to come. It's really inside you. Know that not all men are narcissists. I have amazing men in my practice who are like incredible, right? And I have women that are incredible. So we're working on let down all these old beliefs, all behaviors that kind of came to protect you, so you can open up. And all it takes is open up, and this magical person is coming into your life.
I definitely agree with that. And what do you say to the person that is trying to date a different prototype? How do they, like tactically, how do they do it? Is it through visualization, manifestation? How can you help the girl that keeps going for the wrong guy?
Yeah. I love this question. You actually kind of like dropped in. I actually have a course, an e-course, just launched it. It's called How to Manifest Love. How to manifest love. And I teach step by step, 7 steps to how to really visualize, how to do it. There is like a color coding. I work a lot with the moon, because we women, we work with the moon. You know, our
cycle
is
right.
moon. Back in the days when I didn't know the date, it was by the moon. You know how many months you're pregnant? Oh, I see the moon. Oh, it's my due date. There was no OB to tell you when is your due date. Right?
Yes.
We work with the moon, tap into that and manifest it. So it's not only about humming and doing it. It's really, there are steps. It's just like.
Give us a couple without don't give us all your magic sauce. Just tease us. Can you tease us a little bit?
I'll tease you actually in a step before the manifestation.
Okay.
There are 3 V's that when you go to a date, when you speak with a guy, there are 3 V's. And also for guys, if any guys are listening with a girl, 3 V's that are the magic bond for a relationship. I call it the 3 V's. Okay. Oh, well, I was in the Israeli intelligence. Everything is 3s for us. Oh. You curious to know the 3 V's?
Yes, I want to know.
The first V is a vibe. Right?
Vibe.
Do you vibe or you don't?
I love that.
Yeah. We are mammals. And do you know how you check a vibe?
How?
With your nose. Right? You smell the person. Wow. So many people think it's only by the pictures.
Wait, so you're saying you should smell their scent and see how it makes you feel?
Yeah, absolutely. When you go into, in a date, in a car, you're going to smell it. It's not only like going and putting your head there. You don't have to kiss. You don't have to go through that.
Yeah.
It's really, you can smell the person by the smell, just like animals.
Wow.
And you will know yes or no.
Wow.
Because many, guys think, oh my God, it should be this person. Because, oh my God, I want her. Second they're with her and the smell is not right, it's not going to work. I call it the vibe.
Oh my gosh.
Biology.
Okay.
Biology 101.
That's not what I thought you meant by vibe. So I'm glad you just, wow. Okay. So first one is vibe, smell your date.
Yes.
Okay.
Second, values. Okay.
Love that.
Check the person's value. You go to a restaurant, he's starting to, smirky with a waitress or not opening your door. I had a client, she said, he actually came to pick me up, which I'll talk about that too. And he opened the door, but as he was sitting. So he opened the door for her.
Oh, okay. What's your take on that?
First date. Sweetie, get up. Unless there is like traffic or something like that, open the door for her. Make eye contact. Stand next to her. Also, she can check your vibe. You can check your vibe, right? Yeah. We don't do that. Right?
Thank you for letting me in.
Sniff. Right. when a couple break up or when one of them is going on a trip, what do usually they do?
What?
They leave they smell the pillow. They ask to leave something. That's exactly the vibe.
Okay, I love that.
Such marbles. So second are values. Values include family values, right? Is the person is the value of family, or what exactly? Working or not working. There's so much into values. Now, values is something that you can actually work on and change. That's what's called self-work, right? Some people in their 20s were different than now.
I think that one's really important too. I'm sure these are all incredibly important.
Wait for the last one.
I can't wait for the last one, but I'll just say on the values front that I find that that's a step that's easily missed. People gloss over this one, and it's one of, if not the most important, because, so for example, I think that you need to go into a date and be very clear about what your values are. So for me, for example, when I met Brian, when I was kind of dating, I was on J-Date for a very short time, thankfully only a short time, but I was very clear going into my dating at that time with my values in hand. Yes. And it was all about family, because why? It's important to me, and I know that it needs to be important to my spouse. And specifically his relationship with his mother, because that to me was very fundamental. And then also not doing drugs. That was one of my values. And education. So those are my personal values. And I knew that the person I was meant to be with permanently was going to have to share in those values. So it's not that it's a laundry list of 15 things. Yeah. It's like, just what are the most important things to you? And keeping that clear in the front of your mind, because let me tell you, I went on a first date and the guy was like talking to me about how he smokes pot, and that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. I'm not here to judge people either. Absolutely. But it's just, that's not my values.
Yeah. And I loved what you said. It's a laundry list, because if you ask every single woman, what do you want in a man? She will come up with this long list.
Too long, right? The list is too long.
Too long. And it's not even like, okay, why? What is it?
Right.
Right? For me, I mean, for many people, it's about money. It's not necessarily that they will be filthy rich with that. It's about the relationship with money is very important. What are the relationship with money? Many of us, especially, when we grew up I talk about it in my book. I am oldest of 6. We were not rich, but I have a great relationship with money. I worked on it. I don't come from a place of luck. I have so much because I'm just a pipe to give it to other people. What is the relationship with money of your person? And I really want to talk about money after I'll
Okay, good. I want to talk about that further. Yeah. Okay, so we'll talk about money.
Vibe.
Okay, vibe.
Values.
And vision.
So when do people check the vision? After a few months when they get married, that should be early in the relationship. Simple. Do you want to have kids or not? How many kids? Do you want to live next to your mom, or are you okay moving away? Would you like to live in Australia, or you see yourself always in California when we are, shooting? Do you want to be a career woman, or it's always good for you to be at home? All these things are vision for each person. So they fall in love. The dopamine times are rushing, which is 0 to 1 year, depends. And they don't even talk about the vision because it seems so right and it seems so together. But that should be a conversation in the beginning. And when the vibe, values, and vision click, this is a recipe for an amazing relationship.
I love it. Okay, I want to ask the biggest question. When can we have sex with a guy we are dating?
You're asking me.
I am asking.
Yeah. So I don't know much about sports, but I know that in baseball, there are 4 bases, right? And that's my rule. 4 bases. Very simple. Now, I talk a lot about biology. Masculine brain is not working as a feminine brain. Masculine energy is not like feminine energy. And I know many people want to, argue with me. Sorry, ladies, whoever is feminist, I'm not a feminist. I'm not. I do believe in a woman's career, women's power, women earning, but let the men be the men.
Why is that important?
Because man is a hunter. 4,000 years ago, the man brought the food home. He used to go hunt. And do you know which man came home the most proud?
Who?
The one that hunted for the biggest animal by himself or with a friend. Do you know which man came with a head down and not so confident?
Which one?
The one that somebody saw him so sad and ran to him and gave him a little sheep. And he came home and he's like, somebody gave me a sheep, right? So which man is going to bring the woman, which is there hunting, to his family, the prize, to his family, to his home? Which man is going to feel more of a man? And it doesn't have to do with his muscles or how he looks. The one that actually hunt.
Yes. Ladies, let them hunt you down. You are the prize.
Yeah.
So dovetailing that into the sex conversation.
Yeah.
Is there a right period of time that you endorse sex or a do not have sex period of time?
Yeah, so going back, it's, yes, you are a prize. And every word about playing games, please remove it from your dictionary.
Thank you.
That's the language of love. We are not playing games. You are going to put yourself into your feminine energy and let him be the masculine. What happens, even when we get an orgasm, when a man has an orgasm, he's done, right? He's like,
yeah.
A woman has an orgasm, she's like, oh my God.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Biology. Very simple. That's why just wait a little bit. Get to know him. At least the vibe, the values, the vision. It doesn't happen in the first date.
How about the third?
I told you, I believe in the baseball four bases.
So at least 4 dates.
At least 3. So the fourth, at least. Right?
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, and then. And of course, it's not like, okay, let's wait. And don't tell him.
No.
And the fourth one, you will get the prize.
I waited 4 months with Brian.
I waited 3.5 with
so
mine.
I think this is really important. This is something I tell my girlfriends that I think I haven't heard anyone talk about it. My thing is, it's not about a period of time. It's about how you feel emotionally. For me, I know that as women, when we have sex, we all of a sudden, we cannot separate. It's like we're in on it with that person.
Right.
We are in. We cannot just easily move on. So for me, I looked at it as like, I'm tired of being heartbroken. I'm tired of dating the wrong guy. I'm tired of not being valued. And it wasn't about a game or being elusive or anything. It was about whenever I feel emotionally secure fully is the only time that I'm going to finally put myself in that position where I'm truly as vulnerable as possible.
Right.
And it came from a place of just being so tired. I couldn't do it anymore. And I just was like, I don't owe anybody anything. If a guy takes me to dinner, that doesn't mean I owe him anything.
Yeah.
And when this did come up when I was dating my husband, it came up and I said, so you think I'm using you for dinner? Because that's actually insulting to me that you think I can't take myself to dinner. Of course I can take myself out to a steak dinner or to, and he was just checking, when I explained to him that this is about me feeling fully emotionally comfortable and knowing my own worth. And if that person that I'm dating cannot see or respect that, that's the wrong person. When he realized, oh, this girl's not using me, she's just not fully comfortable yet, he fully respected it. And I truly believe that decision set a tone from the beginning that now we're 14 or 15 years into our relationship. He still treats me like a goddess and like a queen. Yes. Because, well, 1, he's an incredible human. But 2, I set that tone up front that I respect myself so much, and that is my expectation of those around me. And he respects me and treats me like the queen ever since. I mean, he always did from the beginning. But what I'm saying is you're setting the tone with the man from the beginning. And if you are easy and you don't let him hunt and you're easy to get, he does not respect you. I'm sorry to tell you, ladies. And once you do it, you cannot undo it. You only have one chance to set that bar. Can you tell us your thoughts on that?
I love that finally I have a woman who sits with me and say that. You know how many women say, but I felt it, or but I want a pleasure, or but I
Get
didn't have
a vibrator.
sex. Exactly.
If you need the quick pleasure, go.
Right. There's so many ways. You're talking about something that is deep than what just sex, which is the difference between transactional relationship and reciprocal relationship. If a man comes to a date and he feels that he takes you to a restaurant, to a nice steak or whatever, sushi today, and he will get sex in return, that's not the right guy, because this is transactional relationship.
Right.
He's the man that needs a trophy wife next to him. If you feel in the end of the date that you need to go and sleep with him and have sex in the first or the second, it means that your brain goes into, this is a transactional, what do I give, what do I get relationship.
Yes.
Aim to a reciprocal relationship.
Okay, I really want to talk about that. To the girl that doesn't realize her worth fully, my thing, and I think I'm going to share my story in this because I think it illustrates it better than me just saying it. My vision when I was knowing I was ready for my husband, I was 26 years old when I met my husband. My thing was always, I just want my equal across the board. Okay. This is really important for you to attract the right guy. And especially if you struggle with truly knowing your power and your worth. So my thing was, and what I say to that girl is, if you just want your equal, that's not being greedy. That's not being unreasonable at all. So in my situation, it was, I'm not looking for a man to take care of me financially at all. That was never my goal. I was not raised that way. I was raised to stand on my own 2 feet. And the reason my parents raised me that way is because my mom would say, if a man ever is abusive, verbally or physically, you need to be able to walk out. So my parents always trained me and my sister to be self-sufficient. So number one, equal financially, because I also knew that if there was a guy sitting on the couch after I just came home from a 15-hour, 12-hour long, hard work day, I would resent that person.
Absolutely.
So I was very clear. I want an equal.
Yeah.
Okay. Financially. Also, as far as my values and my education. So education wise, I put myself through business school at USC. That's a $200,000 bill at 8% at the time. Yeah. Again, not coming from, a lot of money at that time. So I wanted somebody that valued education. Some people don't value that as much. That's okay. They're allowed to, that is my values. So I wanted somebody that had a master's or above like myself. And then the third thing, like we talked about, was family values. For me, I don't want someone that resents my relationship with my mom being my best friend, or the fact that my parents are my best friend. I want also somebody that has had that experience with their family and can model that to our future children. So to me, those were where I was like, I need my equal. Then I have my nice to haves, right? There's other things, but I want to reveal that and remind people out there that are struggling that it's not greedy or ridiculous to ask for your equal.
Absolutely not. And it's not exactly what you said. It's your values. It's really your values, because, I can talk about me. For example, education is very important for me. When my kids are, I have older kids that are going now to universities, and they're like, when they were young, okay, mom, I never said, did you do your homework? You didn't do your homework. I always say, I did my PhD. You can go and flip burgers. That's what we used to say at home. Like, no pressure. You can go flip burgers. I did my PhD.
It's up
but
to you.
it's up to you. But you see what brings you. But it's not something that was very important for me in a man. It wasn't important for me to actually have a man with PhD or masters or otherwise. But I wanted someone curious, someone that I can talk to, someone that reads, someone that can involve, someone that can come with me to all this, because I always learn and I always study and I love it. But that's what's important for me. Less about the degree, more about the curiosity. And my partner is so curious, not only about the things that I bring into the table, things that he brings to the table. He makes me curious. That is a value that is important for me.
Yes.
And many girls, you're right, because I don't know, I'm hearing that we have girls, but also men, they're hesitant to ask for it. And then they compromise. And then they get, what happens is it's not the worth of the other person, it's your worth. Because then the most important for you is to be equal financially, to have someone with education. That's not happening. You said resentment. And when resentment is built, is like drinking the poison, hoping somebody else will die. Simple.
1000%.
Resentment, drinking the poison, hoping somebody else will die. Right? He's not working. Oh my God. He's not paying for whatever. Oh my God. Okay. Be active in your relationship. Okay. And for you, it's a first time marriage, right?
Yes.
Yes. And for me, it's, second time relationship, because I had kids with my husband, the dad of my kids. And now it's the second relationship. And that's a whole new world, because you're talking to people who got really, really hurt.
Right.
And put their trust. No one is getting married and hoping they will get divorced. Right? And unfortunately, we're living in a world of another one. And we're talking about these ladies, when they're like, I'm giving up. Don't give up. There is the person. And I always tell, don't look for him. He's actually looking for you.
That right there is exactly where I wanted to go too, is because when you have this vibe of, I'm just looking for my equal, I'm just tying this all together, you are energetically not Debbie desperate. You're not giving that, I need a man. Oh my God, where's my boyfriend? Oh my God, where is he? Because when you're whole within yourself and you are truly whole, that person should be adding to your life. So when you are at that place where you are truly a whole woman, financially, emotionally, like you've done the work, you've done the therapy, you've unpacked your baggage, and you truly are feeling great on your own, that is when you should be looking for your man. And in approaching dating as a whole person looking for their equal, you are no longer giving off desperate energy, and they sense it.
Exactly. It's the vibe.
It's the vibe.
It's the vibe. When I say this, it's the vibe. No one wants to go with anyone that is desperate, vice versa. It's not attractive.
And the men feel it. Just like the women, men and women, we all feel the desperate. It is not hot. It's not sexy. And you're not giving I'm the prize vibe.
Absolutely.
You're giving I'm Debbie, desperate. I will do anything to cater to you. And the guys are repelled like a magnet. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah,
So,
because that's exactly, somebody gave him a sheep and the hunting.
Yes.
And they're not coming to,
Exactly.
wow, look what I brought. I chose it, I hunted, and I want to show her.
And to me, it needs to be a reframe in your mind of like, not, oh my God, I need a man. Where is my man? Where do I find him? It should be, I know my worth. Whoever it is lucky to have me. I will be equally lucky to have him. And it should be take it or leave it. And to me, it's really an exercise of, you need to prove to me, like in my mind, it's like, I know what I bring to the table. I know what I'm prepared to give. And especially as women who, that's what we do. We are nurturers. We feed our spouses. We nurture. We give and give and give. To me, that's not anyone that just gets to come have that. It's, who are you? What value do you bring? And you can now show me and demonstrate how you have earned that right, because I know I'm about to give you so much.
But I want to put a little disclaimer on that.
Yeah.
Because both of us are career women.
Yes.
Right? Many women today are career women, which is wonderful. It's the equal. They both bring, it's the reciprocal. It's not only, you bring me money, But then we forget. We forget when we come home, we are not the career women.
Yes.
You are not. So before you go home, open the door, and you are a woman with a career. Masculine energy doesn't need a boss. Masculine energy doesn't need someone that will tell him what to do, how to play with the kids.
Right.
He craves a woman.
Right.
Trick number 1, you go home, you open the door. Don't say, I'm tired, where are the kids? Rah, rah. Look at the eyes, or when if he's coming home, do eye contact. Eye contact, wait for a few seconds, connect.
Yes.
That's the language of love. Because when you start with like, okay, let's boss everyone around, that's not sexy.
No.
That is not sexy.
No.
Sex doesn't start in a bedroom. Sex starts the second that you come home, even after a very tiring day when the kids have their own needs and desires. This is where sex, this is when connection and intimacy starts.
I'm so glad you went to that too, because Brian and I have really started to do that. Like, it's a quick, when he walks in the door, it's a quick, we look at each other. Hey babe, even if it's like we have 3 kids, young kids. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of chaos all the time.
Needs, a lot of needs.
Yeah.
Your kids, right?
Exactly. Not that they're bad, just that they are either tired, hungry, needing something. But we look at each other quickly.
Yeah.
He tries to give me a hug. If he can get to me soon enough, within the first 5 seconds, give me a hug. Hey babe, how was your day? Kiss. And then we can but I have not always been good at that. And I think it is so hard as a woman, especially being a CEO, a boss, whatever it is that you're doing out in the world, to come home and put on the apron, take off your CEO hat, put down your briefcase, grab your apron.
Yes.
And
absolutely. I love my apron, by the
transition
way.
I love mine. That transition into the feminine, how do we do that? Just the check-in, any other tips to remind ourselves to take off our...
As simple as you said, put down your briefcase, put on
Grab
your
an apron.
apron. And it's, many women struggle with that. Like, oh my God, I don't want to do, don't get married, or understand that you're the masculine and have a feminine energy in your home. By the way, my gloves, when I wash the dishes, they're pink. You're gonna love them.
Me too. Mine are pink on purpose.
Yes, it's like white and pink, and I love them on purpose because I'm not, it's like that's what I do.
Right. I love that. So you really reach for your feminine energy.
Exactly. It's
consciously.
really about feminine energy. Find it when you're next to your man.
Okay.
When you're at work, yes, masculine energy runs really well because that's how we lead. That's how we manage. That's how we take upon masculine energy, masculine roles. But when you're home, try to do things for feminine energy. For women, that it's very difficult, that I ask them to put at the door, when they come home, to put something that is feminine to them. So it could be a boa, it could be something that is
flowers,
something that they put, which is for them says, I'm feminine. Open the door.
I love that. It reminds you, okay, now we're going to switch gears.
Switching.
Oh, I love that tip. That's so great.
Switching. Yeah. And I asked them actually to text it to me because with my clients, my one-on-one clients, I keep connection from one session to another. I don't believe on a therapy on a couch for once a week. Things happen. And then people don't take accountability. That's real work. So many people go to a workshop or they come with these great ideas and then a little bit and they forget. So there are 2 things. One, go with your partner so you remind each other of what to do, or with your best friend and remind each other. Or when you go to any sort of therapy, have someone that has a connection in between therapy. So I ask them to text me, something that I do as an assignment, or it's like, I really have to do it.
What are some fun assignments you give your clients?
Oh God. This is one. We talk about sex a lot. So for example, is for my couples, don't do sex for a week. Okay. No sex, just touching, no sex. And they will be like, okay. But then because I said it, guess what happens? Usually
They want to have sex.
They want to have sex because I said no sex. Next week you're coming, you're just touching each other, no sex. Sometimes I would say to, listen to a song that I'm asking or look for something every time it's very creative, but they have to do something and report the next week. And it's so much fun because they work in between sessions. Right? We used to say, do the work. What is the work? Come and talk when somebody says, how do you feel? What is the real work?
Right.
The real work is simple. Contra-reaction.
Okay.
Whatever you used to, you do the contra-reaction. If you used to come home as a boss lady, contra-reaction. If you used to go on a date and find yourself with, let's talk about how many glasses of wine in the first date. After 3 glasses of wine in his bedroom in the first, contra-reaction. 1 glass of wine, not going. So it's called a contra-reaction, which is hard. But what we're doing, we are creating new path in the brain. Our brain is like a street, right? We have roads, we have freeways. But now, contra-reaction, I'm doing something that I'm not used to. It feels awkward. I don't want to do it. I'll do it again. I don't want to do it. I'm going to call Etel. Okay. We'll do it again. And then again. And now we're creating a new neuropath. Now it feels like it's normal. It's like moving. It's like having a new studio. It's like, at first it feels awkward. And then it's like second home.
Yes.
Behavior feels second home when you do it, repeat it, and people support us in it.
Even down to the guy that you date. I used to date the bad boy, the toxic guy, the hot asshole, as I always dub him. And the hot rich asshole. And then I met my husband, who was the nice guy. And of course, at first I was like, he's too nice. And then I thought, wow, what are you talking about? Like, just ease into it. Yeah. Just keep going. He's not making you cry. Yeah. There's nothing wrong here. I wanted to run because he was so nice. Thank God I married him. And that was a sharp deviation from my normal. And I had to consciously stick with the plan. Like, I didn't, there was something where my brain was addicted to the chaos. And I see that with so many people. Is that you're pointing to your book? For those of you that are watching on YouTube.
And addicted to you, right? You said I was addicted to it.
I was addicted to it.
Unaddicted to you. All these songs, I'm addicted to you. So I decided to go with the unaddicted to you.
Unaddicted
Contra-reaction.
to you.
And it takes a lot of work. And in the book, I show exactly of what are the steps to get unaddicted to this. You described him as the
rich, hot asshole.
And let me tell you, sometimes they come to therapy, but that's what they think they should be, to be with a certain woman because they don't have the value.
So
they think that they have to come with the money or with the facade or with the drugs or with the restaurant in order to get love, because nobody taught them how to be loved otherwise, and they're so afraid because they don't love themselves the way they are. It's either that everybody told them from a very young age, you are unsuccessful, or you're that, or they got everything so easily, so they didn't have the self-confidence that they can do it themselves, and that's why they attract these women. So even those, some of them do their work, even them. So everybody can change. First thing is, do I want to change? Is it because somebody told me? Oh, I want to do it, right? In relationship, many times women come to me and they're like, can you please fix them for me? I'm like, oh, sure, let's do it. It's like, you can't change anyone. Complete my sentence. You can't change anyone unless
they want to change.
You can't change anyone unless they're wearing diapers. And you know that 'cause
That's good. I like that. That's shout out London Lovi. Yeah, my baby. So 2 questions. The first one is, what is the optimal amount of times or frequency, I should say, of having sex with your husband or wife? Because nobody wants to admit how much they are or are not having sex with their spouse. So I have you on here and I'm going to ask you.
Okay. So depends when in the relationship, right? As I said, the first year, and I say year could be 0 to 3 months, 0 to 6, or 0 to a year. There is a rush of dopamine, right? That's what happens usually in this time. It's like, the bunny time. It's like all the time. They want to have it all the time. And then it fades, right? So, and then there is the need. And then there is the need. So it's not constant. Like anything in life, it's not constant. Like when we work out, it's not constant. Sometimes it's like, okay, we go, but we have to put it because this is something of connection. For couples who are married with children for a long time, I would say minimum. Let's go to the minimum
Bare minimum.
of twice a week. One is, it's not only the how many, is one is very intentional. So you wear the clothes and you do, I love all the play role. You do that. It's really, really intentional. And one is okay. This is the minimum. Okay.
When you say intentional, are we talking about scheduling sex?
We're talking about scheduling sex in the morning, because sex is not sitting on the sofa. It's like, that's the one time at least. Like knowing in the morning, you're already choosing your clothes. You're already like, there is this tension, and there is the tension. That's once a week minimum.
So you're saying in the morning, let your partner know tonight is the night, baby.
Hey, sweetie, you look so hot today.
Oh.
You don't have to say tonight is tonight. We're women, remember?
Okay.
We know how to talk before.
So keep the mystery. This is not explicitly scheduled.
No.
Because there's a lot of couples out there, they schedule sex. I will say for me, I'm not doing that. Sorry.
Yeah.
That feels like a task.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not trying to do
Take the
that.
kids to school, sex.
Yeah. I'm not saying that can't or shouldn't work for other people. I'm just saying for me, it feels very, like you said, transactional. I'm going to use that word.
Exactly.
That's not romantic. It's not hot. It's not spicy. It's not spontaneous.
Yeah. But some couples do it, for example, on a Saturday because they know they're more,
It's date night.
It's a date night.
Right.
But I love the moments when you start sex, not only in the restaurant, by the way, but way before. Wink. Wear something that, make you sexy. It's not about him, make you sexy.
Put you
right?
in that-
Shave that,
Right.
not only 5 minutes before. Start thinking your vibe, your
Yes.
hormones will start shining, and guess who's going to feel it?
Your man.
Your man is going to feel it, and he will get into his masculine energy.
Okay.
Right? And let's talk about what is sex. Sex is allowing ourselves to play as kids. It's all imagination. We all imagine things in sex. That's why, it's exactly like, did you see children playing if you have mommy and daddy or kitchen with dolls or firemen? They are sure this is the thing. It's reality for them. Same thing with adults. It's really not about the act. Sometimes it's about the act. Okay, I want, to have an orgasm. But oftentimes what really makes couples together, it's about how much we imagine. Where are we going? Right? And I can even talk to you if you have time. What is the one fantasy of men and one fantasy of women?
Yeah. What is it?
Curious?
Yes.
Sexual
we want to
fantasies.
know.
Are we going there? You asked me
Sexual
if we-
fantasies. Let's go.
You asked me if
Dr.
we talk
Etel.
about sex.
Yes. We've got time for this, honey.
Number one fantasy of a man.
Is
I'm sure you can guess.
having another woman.
Exactly. Every, even from the audience, everyone is,
Yeah. Everyone's nodding yes here.
Yeah. Number one fantasy of a man is any number over 1, 2, 3, 4, anything.
Wow.
Every man's fantasy.
That's so crazy.
Now let's go to the women. Feminine energy, women. What's number one fantasy of everyone? I know I'm embarrassing some of you, but that's research.
It's getting hot in here.
Yep.
I don't know.
Might be censorized, but that's the truth. Number one fantasy of
What is
every
it?
woman.
What is it?
Every woman, to be dominated.
Oh, to be dominated.
another-
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
it.
yes.
No.
Yes. To be dominated. That's
it.
hot.
That's hot.
It is hot.
Every woman wants to get dominated. Every man wants multiple over one, right?
Wow.
So are we really going to do it? Yeah, but we're going to play with our imagination. Okay, so I'm not here about threesomes, and I'm not here about, some places go dominant. I'm really about, okay, so play with it.
Mm-hmm.
A woman, be a career woman, wear the pink, wear the whatever it is, be different outfits.
Oh, that's why
different
people do this. I never understood
Da-da-da!
why do people have to get dressed up.
Industry. based on this simple biology thing, a whole industry.
Oh, it's because, okay, I guess I have. I mean, that does make sense. Yeah. Put on the wig and be the brunette if you're the blonde. Like, be the other woman, be the, okay.
Yeah. And I love it. We women like one position. This is how usually women, come to an orgasm. They have one position.
Right.
And men,
they don't care how they get it. Yeah, they don't care how they get it. They'll get it every which way they can get it.
Exactly. And that's based on, that's their fantasy. Does it mean, all the one that people usually ask me, so does it mean you want another girl? No, it's a sexual fantasy.
Yes.
So bring it and don't complain on, oh my God. And it's about you to bring your womanhood to bed in different ways.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, I'm inspired.
Yes.
Hey now.
Let your imagination play. Can you imagine a kid having the same toy all the time?
So we're just the little toy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Okay. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And
but
then
that makes sense.
Let him dominate you.
Yeah.
And say it, because that's really the fantasy. Okay? So make it. And this is where bed start to be really, really interesting and connecting. Oftentimes, as you said, some couples do it. No, have it interesting.
Okay. One last question.
Because we can talk for 7 hours.
We could talk literally for, we are really getting into this. Me and Brian are going to be at your doorstep being like, therapize us. So for the single ladies, again, I just don't want to miss this chance to help them. Where do they find their man? Because that is the question they always are asking. I can't find him. He's nowhere. Where is he? Should I be at the gym? What do you say to that woman?
Great question. They find their men through their ability to be the queen. The minute that they can feel so true, not just make it as you fake it, not fake it until you make it, really truly feel that, wow, I'm a magnet. It could be, I don't know, in the supermarket. It could go when they go throw the trash. It could go in the gym. It could be, I found mine in an unbelievable way. I'm not going to tell the story, but it was crazy. Somebody would call you. You can find him on Facebook, on JSwipe or otherwise, but it's really not about the I am looking for. I am so me right now, and I know what I want, that actually he's looking for me. He is looking for you. It's just that as long as you're busy with the business, his energy is not going to let come in, because he's not the real one. Okay, you're so busy and fogged, I say, with other things. So once that's out and you're sitting with a crown in your head, I have little crowns in my office.
Oh,
he's gonna find you. Like, oh, it's you. Yeah.
So just, it's more of like an energetic openness wherever you are, feeling good, taking care of yourself, feeling confident, as opposed to the girl that's, well, I need to lose 20 pounds before I have sex with a man.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's about being very courageous to do the work. What does it mean to do the work? It's not only about going to the course or listen. It's really about being honest, truly honest, about what are the pathways in your brain that do not work anymore. And being consistent in starting this new path that say, I'm worth it. I'm choosing otherwise. I'm going to go. It's not going to happen in a day, because what happens is the date will come and then you will have to find saying, no, thank you. The date is going to come. The next day is going to text you, or it's not even dating. It's going to start texting you and texting you and texting you and texting you. And you say, hey, that's my little line to my single ladies. Hey, if you really want connection with me, please pick up the phone, because I have enough of it. Wink.
Okay. I have to share one thing about that. When Brian, I knew I liked my husband before I met him, because he called me, ladies. We were set up. Okay. Jewish Mother Network set us up, gave my number to him. I approved. Fine. Didn't know anything about him. He called me. I missed the call. Genuinely, I didn't ignore. I had no idea his number. Called me, missed the call. He left a voicemail. That was normal.
A voicemail.
And he didn't text me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you think that's important?
Approved.
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 So get off your
It's
text.
so
Don't be
easy.
available over
so
text.
easy. So easy.
They have to call.
Yeah. Or say, hey, if you really want to be in touch with me,
Give me a call.
give me a call. And I always say, talk emojis, monkey emojis. I have enough of this texting. Wink. So it's not like I'm a
it's warm.
boss.
Right.
I'm like, if you really want me,
Yeah, come-
go hunt, come
Yeah.
get me.
Oh, I love
come
that.
get me.
Oh, I love it.
All right?
Ooh, that's
Right?
so good.
And they love it because men, they want to know.
Yeah.
You know how men is afraid to call a woman? Oh my God, she's going to think I'm not tough enough. I'm not a man enough. What do I mean I'm going to call her? The minute you give him this permission and invitation, he will step into his manlyhood. And this is when you know that you are ready. So start doing it. You'll see how different and another guy, which are different until the one that is really looking for you, like doing that with all the other guys, like, oh, here you are.
Oh my gosh, I love that tip. Okay, what if people need your help further? How can they continue the conversation? Because we could get so much more from you. I could have you be a weekly guest, and I might.
Yeah. So first of all, Dr. Etel, Instagram, TikTok, website, LinkedIn, YouTube, everywhere. My practice is pretty much full. So if anyone wants to work with me, there is a waiting list for 3 months right now, which is great. But if they want to, they have to put their name. I do answer. So they can shoot me an email on media@dretelai.com. I get the email and I do answer. I do answer questions because I believe that I was not born with it, and I have to give what I want to keep. I want to give what I want to give. And of course, my books on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So the third one is Unaddicted to You. There is one about AI communication. There is actually children's books that is coming on October. Wow. A lot of the doing. And my TEDx is coming on August, which I'm really excited because I'm going to talk about love.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for coming on. We will link all of your info for our wonderful listeners and viewers. And I personally would love to get my hands on some of your books. So I'll go ahead and support your business and everything you do because you do so much. This is really fun. This is super fun. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate that. Like, wow.
This is so fun, right?
Flow.
So for those of you that want more of Dr. Etel, can you please give her a follow, give her a like, give her some love, comment, email her. We'll link everything for you guys in the show notes so you can find her. And just thank you for being you and for coming on and spending time with us.
Thank you. What an amazing, amazing time being here. Very real and in flow.
I agree.
Love.
Love. All right. That is it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and be sure to follow us at Iconic Nation Media and send us a direct message and comment on some of our posts so that we can hear your feedback and incorporate them into our show. We appreciate you listening, and we look forward to catching you next week.